everyone. I am coming on to do another live today on Wellness Wednesday. I'm going to talk about why you can't outwork imposter syndrome or being a workaholic. I'm going to expand a little bit more on what I talked about last week in my previous videos about slowing down, but I wanted to give you examples and show you with the brain that I have today, like physiologically why you can't do that and what you can do instead and ways of reframing how you see this. So I'm going to give some people some time to come on in and then I'll get started. In the meantime, I will introduce myself. My name is Rose. I am an occupational therapist who's been practicing for 14 years. And I'm also a transformation coach for first generation entrepreneurs. I offer a transformation on a cognitive level with changing their thinking patterns, on a nervous system level with changing the way that their stress responses behave, and also on a lineage level, really helping them to become the most self-expressed descendant in their family lineage through the experience of the entrepreneur journey. So today I'm going to start off with showing you the brain so that you can understand what I'm referencing when I expand a little further. So this is your brain. It's dissected in half. And the two parts that I'm just going to focus on today are the thinking brain. I call it like the CEO. This is the front part of your brain. And then you have the survival brain, which is like back here. They call it the brainstem, but you can call it the survival brain or your stress brain. And what happens when you work a lot for decades and you're stressed for decades is that you are no longer using your thinking brain. You are in a state of using your stress survival brain. And this stress survival brain's job is to keep you safe. The way that it keeps you safe is to constantly make sure that it takes care of every problem around you. So really when you're overworking and you're a workaholic, you think that you can outwork it by doing more work, and you find yourself in this vicious cycle of doing more work, but then finding yourself not being able to keep up with the amount of work. And so you do more work than that, and it keeps going in the cycle. And it is because you're in this survival mode where you think you've got to take care of everything. It's nonstop. You're constantly vigilant. You're always solving problems. The way to get back into getting your thinking brain on board, because once the survival brain is on, the stress brain is on, the thinking brain is not active. It's not in control. The way to get the thinking brain to be active is to do the opposite of being a workaholic. So it's going to call for you to actually relax and to let the brain know that it is safe, that you are safe. When you're stressed, your brain doesn't think that you're safe. So it's going to do everything and be incredibly vigilant, and it's going to overthink, and it's going to constantly overdo, and you can't even sit still. So you've got to do the opposite. Now, it's not as easy, to do that, because if you've been on overdrive, on your grind for decades, you can't just automatically stop. So it's going to be a process to retrain your brain, retrain your body on what it is to relax. What does it feel like to slow down? And so the way that I ask or, show you how to do that is to introduce like 2 or 3 times throughout the day where you make intentional moments to slow down. You can start off with 5-minute intervals. Put it on your calendar as a reoccurring appointment, and you don't change it, and you just be with yourself and you just relax and you check in and you allow yourself to know, you assure yourself that you are safe, that it is okay for you to relax, that it's okay for your thinking brain to come on board. And another way that you can do this, and kind of another brain hack, is by doing something fun. Like when you are having fun, your brain thinks that you're safe. So I want you to take inventory of this action that you're constantly doing of being a workaholic. You think that you're not doing enough work, when in reality, the amount of work that you're trying to do is not really humanly possible for one person to do. So really take inventory. Think about all the roles and responsibilities that you're trying to tackle. How much hours and how much time are you spending at work? How much time do you dedicate to your partner or your spouse? How much time do you dedicate to your kids? How much time do you dedicate to your family, to your friends? How much time do you sleep? And take a look at all of that and really look to see if it's realistic or reasonable for one person to take on all those things. And then the other thing you're going to do then is look at how much time a day do you give yourself to decompress? How much time do you sleep? How much time do you give yourself to slow down? How much time do you even give yourself to have some fun? So those are some thoughts that I have to share with you, some little insights. If that helps you, feel free to share. If you have more questions, hit me up in the DMs. Have a great, wonderful Wellness Wednesday.